Right. The weirdest of days I'm having. I've literally been in a fucking time warp for like 12 hours. Like, there's this group on Facebook called the Boring Group, and my 3G invited me to it ages ago. I had a look at it and I thought, I don't know if I like the idea of that. It's like the aim is to be deliberately boring. People are like, I creosoted my fence earlier. Just putting fucking shit like that on there. On very boring shit. So I just posted one about perforated sheet metal. And I got a picture of it. And I said, you know, this is called R5T8. Because the hole is 5mm. And they're pitched at an 8mm spacing. I just made it sound really technical and boring. And I said, so with just a vernier caliber, you could tell me the stock code of any sheet in the country within seconds, armed with this information. And I told him about a job that I'd actually had to do. I had to cut some triangular panels that were going outside one of the big fucking tube stations in London. I can't remember which one. But where there's the handrail that zigzags up. And there's panels of perforated metal in there, and I cut them. And they were all different sizes, and you had to measure across you had to start across the width, and it was sizes that you could cut panels this way or that, but you could only ever cut them starting across the width, because when you cut the angled bit, you had to cut it so the holes were in a line, and if you went the other way, they were staggered. So I put all the description about that. I put, a sketch will really help. Just write these fucking instructions, what to bear in mind when you're cutting. And oh my god, the response from it went on fire. I had like 40 likes within about 2 hours. I'm like, for fuck's sake. When I wrote that massive post where I refer to, where I bare my fucking soul, where I was literally wanting to, I felt so disgusting. I felt so horrible. It took me 6 days to write it. And I think it was 25 likes or comments or whatever. There was loads of love on there. There was a lot of very positive comments. But there was just so many people that you're like, well, now I don't even know if people have read it. No one's got time. A lot of people have got lives outside Facebook, la la la. And then the paranoia. I remember at the time, actually, I just went, well, you said you wanted to face your fears. Well, congratulations. Here's some of what you ordered. How can you expect not to say something as fucking deeply controversial and weird and fucking, like, as fucked up as that was, without expecting people like to not know what it is, or to expect that your mind's going to do all the fucking thinking for them, going, oh, they think this, they think that, who's going to unfriend me, all that sort of shit. And also knowing that if you say anything about that, people go, oh, don't be silly. Like it's never happens, as if it doesn't happen because someone just thinks, oh, that's silly, don't be silly. Anyway, that just was what it was. I'm still glad that I wrote that. I fucking am. I don't know where I'd be now if I hadn't. I was in bits. I've been like panicking every night for weeks. It'd been like obsessing in my head. I was just, oh, it was horrible. And so that just like, it was like 12 o'clock before I fucking knew it. And then I had an idea about another one, and it's taken me about 6 hours to write it. And it was about the types of base plates that Bauer used to mount the trucks on their different models of the Bauer Turbo hockey skate. I make all kinds of suggestions as to lateral thrust, and I explain the difference between an inline load, a transferred load that's being transmitted directly through the blade, meeting the ground reaction force, or with a roller skate where that force is applied over the top, and that has a difference in the way the chassis is pulled against the surface of the boot sole. Oh my god, it is fucking terrible. It's horrible. It's hilarious. That's the whole point of it. It's supposed to be deliberately boring. But the thing I was getting from it as well was like, some people were kind of like me, like, yeah, I know it's boring as fuck. And if, boring people, like when you're a boring atmosphere and someone's saying, I visited a train station the other day and I found that the doorway architraves were painted a dark plum colour as opposed to the usual bright red. I found that quite interesting. So I asked this, and by that point you're like, fucking hell. But boring things like stupid fact, like R5T8. Did you know that this is those sorts of things some people really like? So there was a massive mix of people being fucking sarcastic. Like on the first one, this bloke had just put, I don't know how people live like this. And I know that he could say that in front of certain people and they would fucking, oh my God, yeah, they just literally reject it. It's so fucking boring. They get really angry about how boring something is. And it's like, that's kind of my gag. I'm doing it on purpose. It's the same as a dad joke. They're meant to make you go, oh, fuck off. They're meant to do that. That's what I'm laughing at. It's you. I'm laughing at you when you're laughing at me because you think that I think that I'm funny, which makes me laugh even more because I know that I deliberately wasn't. Honestly, if you're annoyed by dad jokes, the best way to deal with them is to just go, haha, very good. Because there is an element of wit to them. There's an element of play, of punnery and all that sort of stuff. And if you're quick, that's the way to do it. Just compliment on them on it. It will remove the fire from their dad jokes. Definitely, it will stop you getting annoyed by them. It's not supposed to be a joke, but that was the kind of vein that I was coming at this with. And then some people were going along with that, and some people were actually getting wound up. Like, I don't know if that guy did or if he was just, I don't know what he was doing. I just put a laughing smiley in return of it. I was fucking pissing myself all morning. I mean, I was laugh out loud. I was like, this is my Facebook. People fucking replying straight away to my comments and stuff. And there was loads of them, and there was loads of different side stories with people talking about how perforated metal that they used it at work for filtration systems, and they had a bird and a radius edge where it's punched. And so I asked him a question. I was like, tell me, is this something that's done deliberately to achieve different flow rates from similar units, or is it just something that is watched for in manufacturing, and the manufacture of the unit, meaning that placing the bird edge facing the inside of the drum will result in a impaired flow rate. I was talking about flow rate. And like other people just say things like in that kind of way. Like I mentioned a vernier caliper and some bloke just put, I've got 2 pairs of vernier calipers. I've got 2 because I lost a pair and then bought some, but then I found my original pair. And it was just fucking hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. And then, like, it was weird. The reason I'm laughing now, like, before this, I was going to say to you, I haven't actually been crying, but my hay fever's bad because I've just had a fucking sneezing fit. Is your hay fever bad? At the moment, my hay fever's terrible. I don't normally get it this bad. Maybe it's 5G. But because I was really fucking sad, because I suddenly just like, it was weird. All day I was on Facebook, but I wasn't on Facebook. I've barely commented on anything on actual main Facebook. I've been on that fucking page. All of my notifications are straight to that and straight back to my post. I was there for fucking hours. I've not had that much activity on a post literally since the days of when I was on that ADHD website. The first time I was on that, the first couple of days I was on that. Probably the first couple of weeks actually, I was sort of on and off there. But there was a little posse of us. And the first couple of days, it was fucking relentless. It was literally notification after notification, especially with everyone liking them as well, liking and commenting. And you get a little bit like, I'm just going to stop liking your comment. It's like too many notifications to keep up with, and then ending up ignoring people that have replied, because it's basically on a different thread. There's loads of little conversations start on different threads, and people replying to you on there, and I'm chatting to them on all of them. And but then I suddenly felt fucking massively like, I don't know, horrible. I just posted that one. I haven't even looked. I haven't even gone back there to have a look. I just felt really fucking. I sat here and I got really cold, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I started having a complete like fucking just one of those like where I don't want to face people. I just feel really stupid, really self-conscious, and really like just worthless and horrible. I don't know why. Just, I don't know. That's why I made a video about it. But then I ended up digressing and having a fucking laugh. But then, like, I don't know. Everyone's going mad, aren't they? I think everyone's going fucking mad. I really am going mad. Like, the lack of interaction's horrible. But then it's like it's that EUPD thing. It's like I want everyone to love me, but then as soon as you do, I feel really scared. I don't want you to. Actually, no, I want to be on my own. It's weird. It's weird. But I mean, being deliberately boring was hilarious. If I get more action on it later, I'll probably fucking cheer up again. It was just, I don't know what it was. It was just again that hollow, horrible feeling, and I don't know. Just feeling like a sad twat. Really? I mean, I don't know anyone who could spend that many hours writing about roller skate chassis. Or base plates. That's what I write in the post. I'd put, what is it? Get yourself a Kit Kat or something and pull up a sofa and reach for the sofa and let me tell you all about base plates. It's fucking perfectly boring. Perfectly fucking boring. I can see why 3G invited me to it. She knows me too well, because within seconds of that post, it was literally within seconds, it was on fire. It was like about 10 likes and about 6 or 7 comments, and then like by the time I'd replied to all them, there was another load more, and I literally couldn't tear myself away. And I was like, I've worked all day. I have sat and thought and typed all day in total hyperfocus. And I think I'm just exhausted from that, and I think I'm probably a little bit frustrated. Because I was supposed to write a bio today. I could have trained. There's all sorts I could have done. It's just been a total waste of a fucking day. And I don't know if I'm laughing or crying. I really fucking don't. I really fucking don't. I'm just really fucking emotional. I'm really fucking emotional. I'm fucking all over the place. I suppose I should train or something. I don't know though. I've got part of me wants to go to bed. I'm knackered. I'm fucking exhausted. My mind's exploding. Help me. My eyes have gone purple and pink. My hands keep moving sideways. I don't know what's wrong with anything anymore. That'll have to be the end of this though. I don't even know what to call it. It's fucking, I don't even know what it is. I was just really fucking I felt cold, I was shivering, and I was nearly crying, and I thought, just fucking do it in the moment. So that's what this has been. This has been live emotions with Mikey. Yay!